This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, yeah, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
A blessed day to you, all my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for checking this video out. All right, my peeps. So, as we take a look at the Winward Island Volcanoes doing their warm-up, going through their routines, I just want to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Right? We're going to talk about this regional championship that is coming up. Plus, we're going to highlight a couple of things that were, that were stated in the independent report that was carried out by Brian Lara and his team on the West Indies T20 World Cup, right? So just watch until the end. Make sure you subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And also drop a comment so I can know what you're thinking about these two topics. All right, so first things first, let me just start by talking about that independent report that was done. Most of the viewers and subscribers already know how I feel about that report, right? But I mean, the report, it's already done and it's out there, and separate and apart from them highlighting certain issues that we all know. They suggested a couple of things that I think would work, or it's a good idea, can call them good ideas. And the first one, well, all of these ideas, I'm wondering when CWI will answer to these, if they will make a public statement saying, listen, these are the suggestions that we are going to really take a look at this point in time. Not saying that all the suggestions can't be valuable, but these are the ones that we are going to act upon now. Because doing an independent report and putting it out in the public is basically to control the narrative and to get people to think that they are working if they don't act upon the report. Once they act upon the report, then it simply means they are trying. So, the first thing I would want to hear these people, directors from CWI, come out and talk about is when can we expect to hear that 30 to 35 man squad that they suggested. The World Cup is just around the corner. In the middle of the year, right, we're going to have that ODI World Cup. So if they want to say, yeah, they're going to get a group of guys of 30 to 35, when can we expect to hear about these guys? Right? The next thing, they spoke about a retreat. And that is another thing that I think it's a good suggestion, where in the retreat, those same 30 to 35 players would attend the retreat alongside the directors of West Indies cricket and representatives from the cricket boards, the different boards, right? Just to have an input in where the cricket is going. So I would want to hear them come out and address these things, whether or not they're going to deal with that squad, whether they're going to do that retreat. These were good suggestions. I knocked the report in the sense that I am not too sure if they needed to spend so much time to do all of that. But the suggestions that came out of it, those a couple of the suggestions were good. And I think they should be acted up on. Next thing, the whole issue of getting the best players to play for the team. Everybody wants that, and everybody wants that it to be a case where the quote-unquote best players are actually available for West Indies. So we want to know if there's a time frame, seeing that we are heading towards the ODI World Cup. We want to know if there's going to be a time frame for them to have a sit down with players to work out the scheduling and to see, well, when are you available? Because it seems as if they are coming to us to a place now where they are going to have to quote unquote bow down to the players. I am not for that, you understand, but it seems as if that is the way they are heading. And CWI might find themselves in a position where no one wants to actually sign any contract. And this is my reason for saying this. I would have I would have indicated this already. But somebody like a Jason Hola, Alzari Joseph, a Kyle Mayers, that are always willing and ready to play all three formats for West Indies. They were over there in South Africa doing their thing in the T20 league, and the CWI decided to recall them. You know, as I said, you're under contract; they can recall it anytime. But I'm wondering if this could have been a perfect opportunity to bring in some youngsters in the team and say to Jason Hola, say to Alzari, say to Kyle Mears, this is a show of faith. This is a show of things to come, that we are willing to work with you guys. We are willing to meet you guys halfway. These three guys that I just called, they are always ready and waiting to play for West Indies. So, they were actually there picking up their bag in South Africa. So I am just wondering if it wouldn't have been a good idea to get people like the Alec and the Casey Carty and a couple of other guys in the squad and go to Zimbabwe and then point out to Jason and the others that this is us showing good faith. I don't know. I'm just wondering, my viewers and subscribers. So, we want to know where the directors are in the planning as it relates to how they are going to go about getting players to commit for the ODI World Cup. Right? The next thing surrounds fitness. They spoke about the fitness, and I think they were saying one of the ways to start that out is to make sure they don't just blame everything on fitness, but to make sure that everything is clear. And I have always asked for that, my viewers and subscribers. What is it that these players need to do? What is it that these players need to show to get into the team? Because, we would have seen before where we see people, we watch cricket and we understand cricket. People moving around on cricket field and feeling in the outfield and sprinting around and doing all of that. Can't pass fitness tests, yet still some people on the field that can hardly walk or can hardly run, passing fitness tests and playing for the West Indies. So obviously there's something. And the last time I think it was the Guyana Cricket Board asked about the criteria for selection and all of that. You hear people in CWI talking about they are not obligated to tell anybody anything. Then if you stop the foolishness, if there is a set something that people need to know, so that they can't just go around selecting their friends and then talk about other people don't make standard. Then if you stop the foolishness, you understand? So we're looking at that. So those are a couple of things coming out of that independent report that I am thinking those suggestions they need to take those. Getting the 30 to 35 players together, doing that retreat thing, and having a sit down with the players, finding out their availability, and things like that, because it's going to be very important to find out who will commit leading up to the World Cup. Because a week before the World Cup, or 3 weeks before the World Cup, when the squad will be named, or a month before the squad name, you're going to hear some of the guys that don't play for West Indies in donkey ages coming out and saying that how they want to play the World Cup and how they are available and how they are being thrown under the bus. You're going to hear people come with all sort of story, ask the damn cow fat, all sort of story, talking about how they have never said no to West Indies and they are a victim and they are all sort of things. So they need to find out from these players what it's going to look like going into the World Cup. I am sure that the selectors have, as much as it's January now, have players in their mind that they say, well, these players might be able to make our team. So let us have a sit down with them and hear how it go. Because obviously you're going to need to play some series for us leading up to the World Cup. The last T20 World Cup, we see people talk about it. People say they are not available. Right? They are not available to play a series. And then we see the name mixing all different T20 leagues. And as soon as the World Cup was a couple of weeks away now, you hear people come out and start talking about how they are West Indies right through and through. If you cut them, you see West Indies come out of them. You understand? Yet still they can't play in a series to help gel together and to build. And I don't know, not talking about gel, The last time I see West Indies had a squad, and for almost a year when they were being captained by Puran, couple of months when they were being captained by Puran, coming from Pollard to Puran, you heard how much how much it's a unit and it's a team, and they are growing together, they are building towards the World Cup. And they had people playing in the different series. They had different series, and the guys playing together, and then little before right before the World Cup when they named the squad, almost half of those who were actually together in the squad, touring and quote unquote gelling, did not make the team. You understand? So probably we might say they find 30 players and say, listen, these are the 30 players they're going to work with, and they're going to bring in, and then close to the World Cup, probably only 10 out of the 30 actually get into the squad. And you hear how they pick other people based on the feelings. So I don't know, my peeps. I was just reading through the report again last night and looking at a couple of key details, and I just decided that I wanted to freestyle and to talk to you guys about this one. You know, this video probably all over the place, but I just wanted to freestyle and to talk with some passion in this one. So, you know, we are looking as fans. We're definitely looking and waiting to hear what the CWI people will come out and say about what they have to say about the whole report and some of the suggestions, whether or not they are going to put them into use. Because when you have a problem, you know, you diagnose the problem, you find out what is the problem, you come up with solution, and you try and put the solution in action. So Brian Lara and his team come up with some what they call solution. So we want to see the CWI try and put them in motion. If it don't work, then they move on to other things. But you know, just wanted to touch on those things a little bit, my viewers and subscribers. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how they go about sorting out all of this. Anyways, the 4-day West Indies Championship, my peeps, we have gone through a couple of squads so far. We have seen Jamaica squad. I think we went through Winward Islands squad. I think I also went through the Barbados squad. Yeah, so we got Trinidad, Jamaica, Winward Islands, Barbados. So I think we're waiting on Leeward Islands and Guyana now, and I don't know what the West Indies Academy what plans are. So still a couple of squad to go through, but as soon as I see them pop up on the news feed, I will definitely go through them. So gonna leave this one right here for now, my viewers and subscribers. Sports to the bone, keeping it informed. Big up on yourself.